Hi everyone, welcome to this quick tutorial video. Today we're going to look at the newly released Naviate reinforcement tools. Now for those of you that are in the know, this is the latest version of the Revit extensions. It's been rebranded and brought to you by the guys at Naviate. Now there's not anything new as such in this extension. It's pretty much the same as the 2018 version, but it's now released under the Naviate. I will share a link in the bio so you can download it for free. And today we're going to look at the tool for reinforcing a column. So we navigate to our Naviate ribbon and we have a column reinforcement. So the way that it works is you select a column, switch to the ribbon, and then we're going to click the column button. So this will launch a little dialog box which will allow us to fill out some parameters which will automatically reinforce the column with rebar. So up pops the dialog box. The first thing is we're going to go and look at the file option and regional settings. So first of all, this can be done in all the commands, and just to double check that I'm working on the UK settings. And if we look at the reinforcement bars, you can then set which code you're working to. And what I've already pre-done is I'm setting it to the BS 8666 2005 Annex. And I'm just going to make that my default. So I'm going to set that as my current database. That just means that all the bars will be in line with the BS standard. So when you look at the geometry, it will read the current family and it will give you the parameters. I'm going to start in populating this with bars. So I'm going to go with the straight bars. I'm going to go with H16. I'm not going to hook it top or bottom, but you have got options to read the hook definitions, and here you can quantify the number of bars that you want on each side. And you can have an option here for bar bundles in the corners. You can see the little slide changes. We've now got two, but I'm going to tick that off and say that I don't want them. We can then define the stirrup. So you've got an option to tick it on or off. So if it's off, obviously you won't get any of the drop downs. When it's activated, we can now activate. So I'm going to go with the H12. You can choose whether it's hooked or not. And then you actually have the cover settings as well. So I can set predefined cover from your project. So let's say 30 millimeters. And here we have a stirrup type drop down, and you can see different options for how it will actually link the bars together. So I'm going to go with the pretty standard stirrup. Then we have the distribution. You can see that we've got the spacing and the length, and you've got a distribution type. So you can see you can actually set two different distributions. So I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to go with the spacing's 250, and I'm going to go with 150 on the second spacing for a length of 1500. So you can see there this length is here, and then we've got the two different spacings between. I'm not going to go with any additional stirrups. I don't need them. We have an option for dowel bars, so if you want to include them or not. In this instance, I'm going to take them off. You will see that it changes the type, but you can pop them up and you'll see that you have a spacing and distribution. But in this case, I'm going to tick them off, and if they are enabled, you will have an option for the dowels as well. And then we have a dialog box where we can actually calculate the areas. So with all this configurations, what you can do with this little command is you can go File and you can save the settings from the dialog box, and you can save it out to an RXD file, which is basically just a text file which you can then reload. I'm going to replace the current one, click OK, and that will generate the reinforcement in the column. Now the reason that I've saved that column setup is that I can select this other column, navigate to my ribbon, select columns, and then this time just go File, Open, and I open my RXD file, click OK, and that will generate the reinforcement with the same settings. And just to finish the video, I'm going to reinforce each column with the same settings. And then the final column. And there we have each of the columns reinforced. So if I turn this to shaded, you will see that because the reinforcement's inside the column, it won't be shown. But I've got a neat little add-on from the guys at Excitec, and there is a visibility drop down, and I can make unobscured and then make solid. So a really quick way rather than editing the visibility. So you can see there we've added the reinforcement, added the bars and the stirrups really quickly using the Naviate Rebar add-on.